I don't
Go sneak out there and get your grandmother.
I just looked around the car. Ed, I'm mad at you. You don't need to come back and stay 2 weeks.
He's getting every word of it, Granny.
I
That
don't care.
records the
I
audio.
don't care.
This is not just getting the pictures, this is getting the real thing, the whole thing. Turn off, Ed. Turn off, Ed. Mother, we want to have a little talk. You were, now we can't watch TV, you got to think about what I'm talking about. You were born April the 6th, 1903, right?
Correct.
And then when was Aunt Eva born?
I turned it off. We're just kind of rehearse now.
Oh,
Okay.
is that what we're doing? Aunt Eva,
October 24th, 1904.
Yeah,
Or
1904. No, you 3. She was 4. Then Homer was next,
5.
and he was in December the 18th, 1905. Josephine next.
No, Spencer.
Okay, Spencer. Forgot Spencer. What was Spencer's date? I don't
August
know.
10.
August 10.
19 and, I have to stop and think here.
8. And was he 9 or 10?
Huh?
Spencer was after Homer.
Yeah.
Was he in 1909 or 1910?
10.
1910.
I think 10.
Okay. And then Josephine was next.
Yeah.
And hers was what, May the 30th?
Decoration Day.
I'm picking that out of the air. Boy, I forgot
31st.
about that.
31st.
30th.
It's decorations on the 30th.
Yeah.
If you don't know anymore what it is.
Right. May the 30th. What year was Josephine born? Mother, we got Spencer's wrong.
You got this wrote down at home.
Okay. No, that's right. Go ahead. When was Josephine's? May the 30th, what year?
I don't know, it was 12 or 13, and Margaret then.
1912 or 13?
Margaret's was 20, wasn't it? Wasn't Margaret? No, she's older than that.
25. She was born December 25.
Yeah,
But it was
it's longer than that.
yeah.
Let's see.
I'm not too sure on that. Mary's and Josephine's.
Y'all go ahead. I'm going to go up and check that
Okay,
and probably move it up just a little bit,
okay,
and then I'll come back and
okay.
we'll talk about and rehearse a little more.
Okay. You can't remember when, I can't think when Margaret's, Mary Ellen's was, well now wait a minute, Joseph was in there someplace.
Afterwards.
After Margaret?
Yeah.
Okay, when was his? I don't know Joseph's at all. I might,
Maybe one time I played with me yesterday.
oh, Joseph's. Okay. I was thinking something about Margaret's that I had in my mind. Was Mary Ellen born in 21, wasn't she? December 21. Yeah.
Josephine was?
No, Mary Ellen.
Oh, she was born 21.
Yeah. I was thinking that there was something about it.
How come he's got this big and close now?
He decided he wanted it closer when we got ready to do it.
I was kind of afraid the voice wouldn't work.
Turn that thing on by you to hear it, so ain't nobody else interested in it.
Where was your mother was Jenny, No, Cynthia Jane Fultz, Tweedy.
F-O-L-T-Z.
Foltz. Okay, and your dad was,
I'd give this to somebody sometime, somewhere. Who?
what?
This, what he's on.
Well, I think Deanna's got most of it on her genealogy stuff.
You can come in here.
I'm watching the chickens.
Your dad was Ezra
No, Elsie.
Elsie. See, I knew it.
E-L-Z-A.
Elzie.
Elsie Spencer.
Spencer Tweedy. Do you know where any of them come from? You know where they originated? Did they come over from England or you're not sure? Were you?
Grandpa and Denham, I think they come from Pennsylvania or that, something like that.
Did they?
Were you the first child?
I was.
You were?
That's what I said to some of these other stupid idiots when I was older than them. Hope that's on there. Hope it ain't. I'll tear the thing up, but
I don't blame you.
You went to school at Hodgen,
my first school was at Phipps.
at Phipps,
Where's that at?
F-I, how you spell it?
P-H-I-P-P-S, I think. That's my spelling.
P-P-S.
Where is that?
Where was that at?
South of the house and then east, clear across the railroad down there by Bruce Weitzel, where old Bruce Weitzel used to live.
Here in Sandford or near Sandford?
No,
No,
up
no,
toward, up in the country,
East-
where, you know where
east.
I was born?
Oh, yeah, up in there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Ain't nothing there anymore.
Right.
But I went my first year to school there.
It was
Your first year to school there?
Then the
was it a
next-
one-room schoolhouse? And how many grades were there? Just, how many kids? You remember, roughly?
That's too many years ago, wasn't it?
That's too
Monty?
many.
How about high school? Where'd you go to?
I just went 1 year to high school at Hodgen up there. Because we had Hodgen 2 years, but I just went 1.
And you went through Hodgen all during your grade school too?
All except that first year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wasn't that spelled H-O-D-G-I-N-S?
No.
Just N. Okay, no S. And how far away was it that you
2
walked?
miles and a quarter.
One way. And you walked that twice a day. Did you?
You walked?
We walked, yes,
Sure
we
they
walked.
walked.
We
Even
walked.
even in the snow?
Well, no, we snow bank deep where the horses, they took us to school with the horse wagon.
Oh, yeah?
2 horses. you
But
know.
otherwise you had to
But
walk.
we didn't go the right way. We went south and went around west and come in from the north, clear
yeah?
north.
Was it a wagon or a sled? Or
No, it was a wagon.
wagon?
Huh.
Why did you go the roundabout way?
Because there's more snow the other way.
Oh, it drifted.
It was higher than the rail fences.
When it was
And then
real
it
bad.
come a freeze and a rain, or rain and a freeze, and froze on the snow, and we walked right on top of it.
And they had rail fences then. Split rail fences.
Mhm.
How many did you have horses or mules or
2 horses
2 horses?
to the wagon, yeah.
How'd you meet Grandpa?
No, that's a long story.
Can you tell him?
Down here at a picnic,
At a picnic?
human picnic.
Yeah.
And I was on the merry-go-round, and he was on the ground watching me.
How old were you?
Oh, no! I was 20 when I was married.
Oh, well, I guess it was before that then.
Yeah, it's before that. Quite a few years before that.
And weren't you there with Mary Reese? Were you and Mary together?
I'm not positive. I expect we were.
I was thinking that was what I'd heard. I'm not sure.
I imagine we were, but I don't know. I don't know how I got there, no.
You don't remember that. That was unimportant, wasn't it, Mom?
Well, did Grandpa just come up to you and start talking to
After I got off,
Mary
After you got
I
off
started the
merry-go-round?
airplane.
So he
I
came
hope
up,
she's getting up and bang out of that.
so he just came up and started talking to you.
I reckon, I don't know, as
And
far as
then-
I know,
And then what?
that's all. You know,
I mean, but then after that, he came to see you?
No, a long time after that.
Oh, it was a long time?
My dad wouldn't let him.
Oh, he wouldn't?
This was all unbeknownst
To your dad?
my dad, yes.
Yeah. How about to your mom?
I don't suppose I told her either, I don't know,
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
You don't remember, huh?
That's too long ago.
I know what you mean.
And then how long would you say it was until you saw Grandpa again?
Probably the next time I was down here at Sandford.
At
the
a
dance,
at a dance?
up the store,
Oh, up at,
up Buster's store.
oh yeah? Was it in the store or up above or?
Up above.
Up above. How many people went to those?
A lot of.
A lot of them? By horses?
How'd you go? That's what I want. How you went? Hey,
You know, did you go in a horse and buggy or?
a group of you?
I don't know, unless Buster would have. I'm not sure how we got there.
Yeah.
Bessie
Well-
Manley and Hazel Manley.
Okay. Wasn't Mary and Buster going together at that time
Oh,
too?
not at that time.
Not at that
No,
time?
not at that time.
That's
That is
long.
years later.
Oh, was it?
I don't know how long later,
Okay.
because I don't have any idea when that was.
Yeah.
And then you started seeing Grandpa after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buster and Mary and your grandpa and I.
And
These
then,
four dated.
and then what you, like on your dates, what'd you do or where'd you go? Or
Oh, we
do
went
you
to
remember?
Terre Haute to show, and we'd come down here to dances and
All kinds of stuff.
like that.
Yeah.
Paris to the fair. Terre Haute, I know not the fair at Terre Haute.
Were you kind of smitten by Grandpa right at first, or did it take a while, or
No,
you won't
I
tell me?
suppose so.
When did y'all get married?
1922.
22?
April
Where'd you live?
18. 18.
April 18th? And then where did you
It was
live?
mud, A-double deep.
That deep?
That's deep. And we had to walk part of the way out to get to the Libertyville,
Where'd you get married?
Terre Haute.
In Terre Haute, at the
Justice of
Justice
Peace.
of Peace at the City
Right
Hall
across,
or
right across from the post, or the
courthouse?
courthouse. It ain't there no more.
Is that right?
The courthouse
Well,
is-
then how did you
Well,
get?
I mean, the courthouse is, but not,
You said you had to walk back and in the mud. Where did you travel by? How?
Homer might have took us in a horse and buggy to Libertyville, I don't remember. But Paul Mooder met us there and took us to, well, we didn't go to Terre Haute. He brought us down here to Sandford, and we got on interurban and rode to Ferguson Hill. And the water was so high we couldn't get across and we got in on
The
a,
grade?
we couldn't cross the grade, and we got in interurban and went from there to West Terre Haute, and went to West Terre Haute on a, West Terre Haute car maybe. You know, that's awful, I can smell that stuff and I feel like it's a burning.
No, it's not.
I know
burning,
it's not,
okay.
So you took the train, interurban is his train?
In a streetcar.
but streetcar.
Streetcar.
Streetcar. In urban's a streetcar.
It come through here.
We had a streetcar just this side.
But it
of
come
the
through
river.
here, but see, it didn't go into West Terre Haute normally like it would because the water was
Because
too
of the
deep.
water, yeah, okay. Okay. And you got married. Wasn't it grand?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Who was
Went
that?
to a stupid show.
Afterwards?
Yeah, at the fountain, I think.
What'd you see?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
Who was the maid or of honor?
But nobody, just
Nobody.
Dad and I.
Oh, just the two of
Dad
you.
and I.
Oh, okay, okay,
Oh, shoot.
yeah.
This is an interesting story.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
thrilled to death with it.
And then you had me,
Yes,
and then Richard,
yes. And then
and
Clyde,
then Clyde,
and Bill.
and the twins, Mary and Margaret, and Charles Allen. Right?
Wait a minute, did you miss one in between?
Clyde.
Clyde?
I didn't miss any of them,
No.
I thought surely I did.
And you lived, where did you live? Like when Mom was born?
Oh, well, she is born up there. We was there till we come down here in the spring. This was in the fall.
To this house across the road?
No,
No,
down over here.
one down
Oh,
here.
that's right, that one down there.
Right there at the end of where Billy McCoffey
Okay,
lives.
the night I was born, or the night before I was born, you tell it, Mom, I don't know.
They lightning struck a haystack
And burned,
and burned it at,
right
at
close to
Grandpa's. At
there.
Mom.
You know, at their house,
Uh-huh.
her folks' house, not the grandparents. The night I was born, or the day I was born, or whatever
Well, that-
case
well-
that might be.
In the evening or night, the lightning struck it. I mean, it was after dark, I think. But then you
And
wasn't
then
born till the next
day,
afternoon.
okay, whenever it was. And then we moved down here when I
In the
or
spring.
here when I was
in the
about
spring.
6 months old or something.
Something like
Yeah.
that, whatever, but in the spring.
Okay.
And we lived there till we moved here. And that was in
Across the
36.
That's 36. Okay, that's
You,
when.
you were born in 36.
No.
Was I
no.
born in 36?
I
That's
said-
the one, Ed.
Go ahead.
I had some of them kids over there,
Oh,
all up until,
I had Charles.
No.
Oh, you had everybody but Charles over there.
the twins, yeah.
And Charles was born over here.
so, but Mom was first.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I was first and Mom was first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Remembering Mom, what can you tell me some about her?
Yeah, this is going to be good.
What
Only the good things.
What's the best thing you can remember about Mom?
She used to go to the garden, or to the fence, to go out of the yard, and stand and cry, Dad, wanting to go uptown with him.
Did he take her?
Well, no, she wanted to go with him.
Would
she
he
wa-
come back and let him?
Why,
let her
sure,
go?
sometimes, maybe,
Did that make you mad?
yeah.
What'd she do to make you mad?
Nothing, I just think.
She never made you mad?
Yeah,
Did you ever spank her?
yeah.
Not a time?
I bet that's the truth.
Is it?
Isn't it? I'll bet it's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, you was closer than me and Mary, either one.
You didn't have to spank me, did you?
Oh.
No, honestly, if she wanted to correct me, a crossword done more
Did-
for
did the
me
job.
than anything else.
That's right. And Dad too, for that matter.
No, I'm
I
sure
don't suppose he ever laid a hand on you.
I don't remember, but but I certainly don't remember you ever spanking me or like that.
When Mom went on her first date that you knew about, how'd you like that?
I don't even.
Well, might have been a lot of it I didn't like. When she got married, I didn't like it. But that didn't help. That didn't help a bit. She's gone.
It was over with.
It
before you
was
knew
all
it,
over
weren't you?
before I knew
Too
it.
late.
Too
Too
late
late.
then. Too late then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She read about it in the paper.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Chet Manley
Chet
did.
Manley told it. He read it in the paper.
He read it in the paper.
He worked in St. Louis, didn't he? Or,
No, he worked,
And
he got over here at the depot and told it to.
I know, but wasn't he working Paris or someplace away from here
No, I
and
think
come
he
in
did.
and told it here?
I think he told it. I think he told it right here.
Yeah, I think he'd come back and told it here, but I was thinking he read the paper someplace else and read our license in the paper.
Somebody along the line might have told it. Somebody from Sandford.
No, there's no telling, but anyway.
When you heard it, what'd you do?
Well, I don't know about that. What I've done.
Did you cry?
I expect I did.
I was trying to protect him.
But she storied to me. I was supposed to go to Turkey
I
Run.
did. I storied.
She
To
storied.
the state park.
She's supposed to go to the state park, but she's
With
not.
who?
Not with Leonard. with them or her? No, she just said she's going to State Park.
No, that wasn't it. I was supposed to go with, no, that's not it. Yeah, that's what it was.
You're supposed to go to State Park.
Yeah.
But I don't know where.
I had been dating,
In town?
Swinford boy.
In Terre Haute.
No, in Pears. Remember this, I think it's
Yeah.
Swinford. What was his name? I don't remember his
I
name.
don't know that.
And, but that's what I said
But
I
you
was
and Lois
going.
was in Terre Haute and
Yeah.
they're working at
Yeah, and
Quaker
that's-
Maid.
That's what I told you. Yeah.
You were working at Quaker Maid?
Uh-huh.
Quaker.
At
What?
A&P, I told
Oh,
you
yeah.
that.
What did you do?
It was a foods factory, and I
Preserves,
worked
jar,
on the
can,
line.
can.
Making whatever they were doing.
Right. I
Strawberry
worked in
preserves.
different things.
Preserves.
Preserves, peanut butter,
Yeah.
mustard.
That, they was, did that, I didn't.
That was the main things that
And
I
then-
worked in.
And then Lois,
They both went to St. Louis.
okay.
No, we didn't. Just Norma went to St. Louis.
Where'd Lois
Lois
go?
and Ed was,
No, they didn't go. They were dating, but they didn't
he
go.
wasn't with Leonard, or they wasn't together.
No. They were at the same.
Yeah, but I thought that you,
At
the four of
Scottsdale.
you was together.
No. They didn't go.
Just you,
Just me.
by train.
No, I think it was by bus.
By bus.
I think so.
I don't know whether I ever did or not, I guess.
And you went to what, Scottsfield,
We met
St. Louis?
at Belleville.
Illinois?
That's where I went into. And your daddy met me there. And we went to a hotel. And he said, he had already asked me to marry. And I had not told him that I would, because we only knew each other such a short time.
And it never lasted.
Right. Right. And he was going to be transferred
He left there
the
shortly the next day or
next week, during the
a
week.
week or something.
But I had to come back to go to work, and he had to report for duty on Monday
And
morning.
had to leave too, or was
Right.
leaving post.
What day was this?
This was Saturday.
Saturday.
And he asked me to get married, and I says, you know, there's not time, you know. And he went and called somebody, I don't remember, but anyway, he found out, and the justice of the peace would be open till 12 o'clock noon on Saturday.
And they had
Because I
5
had
minutes
got
to
there
do it
early Saturday morning, and we just barely made the deadline to get our license and go to the justice of peace and get married.
Newsbury, a justice of peace.
Yes, ma'am. Which I always regretted. You know, and
You mean
that-
getting married?
No, by justice of peace.
Oh, well, now that didn't make it any different.
No.
I lived
You're
just as
right.
long with your dad, and you lived as, with Leonard
Right.
as if it'd been one of these big church weddings that
True.
that make a double out of themselves.
It's true.
And the
but-
truth, that's the truth. Have all the darn, oh shoot. They
So-
don't mean a thing, don't mean nothing.
So what were you doing when you heard?
Oh Lord, on Saturday, Sunday morning, I don't know.
Oh, you heard it on Sunday morning.
Well, yeah, on Sunday morning, they was married on Saturday. We heard it says in Saturday's paper, Sunday's paper, or what.
Probably
Here in
Sunday's
here in
come out.
town, or
I don't know where it was the paper.
in
It
St.
was-
Louis, or
Now Chet had it somehow or got it some way, so I don't know.
I don't know the story now.
I don't know from there.
I was thinking that he worked away from here,
I think he was
And-
right here.
and that he saw it in the paper,
and so, but what did he call you and tell you
No,
about it?
he
or-
told somebody, but I don't know.
but
And
then
then-
Dad heard it uptown.
Maybe that might have been. He
And
might have told
came
Dad.
home, yeah, came home and told me
And
about it.
he came home and told you.
Yeah.
respect. I don't remember, I don't know that, I can't tell
Did
that.
you sit down?
I probably, more than that.
Let's get on with this.
Let's forget the whole mess.
Yeah, and Sunday evening, I had to go back.
You had to come back to Terre
Terre Haute to go to work, and your daddy had to go back to base.
Where was he transferred to?
California.
California.
Yeah, this was when he
That's
was.
when she went to California then.
How long
Not
after
till
that?
the fall. I didn't go till,
Well, that was June.
that was June the 13th. And it was the very latter part of October
She went to
I
St. Louis,
went by train to California.
Yeah.
And my reason then for not telling him, I talked to Mother on the phone every day. And I didn't tell him on the phone because I wanted to tell him in person. I didn't
Sure.
want to tell Mom and her had the responsibility of telling Dad. I wanted to tell them both at
Right.
the same time.
Right.
And of course they knew it all before I ever got there.
And they never said anything to you?
No,
And
not
then-
till I finally told Mother there was something I wanted to tell her. She says, I think we already know it. It's the best I can remember.
And that
I
was on the
says-
phone too?
And I says, how do you know? No,
Oh, that was in person.
She'd
Oh,
come
this was
when
in-
I
she'd
did
come
come home
Oh,
on
okay.
Saturday. I
Okay.
always come home every
Probably a
weekend.
week later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then she said, we already
I
know.
think we already know. I said, no. And then you were a year old before we ever came home and before they met Dad.
Oh,
They
really?
never met Dad.
Oh, until a year later?
Right, until you were a year old, not a year later, a year,
Oh,
or a year old.
Oh, really? A
You
year old?
born out there
Yes.
and I think she heard that up here, or Dad did, at the depot, would they?
Yeah, we sent a telegram.
Yeah, they come to the depot.
Yeah. Because, we couldn't call ever,
Yeah, right.
And that was the way.
So I was your first grandson.
Yes, how about that?
Weren't you lucky?
Oh, yes, thrilled to death.
Well, after Mom and Dad came home, what did you think? And I came home with them, what did you think then? What did you think of Dad?
Well, he was all right.
Was he? You weren't?
No, I wasn't hostile. It was just, I lost Norma.
Yeah,
That was it.
that was the bad part.
That was the bad part. Oh, I clobbered him when he come.
And we had Ed's first birthday celebration right out here in the yard. Remember? That little table of Margaret Mary's and his cake on top of it and him, you remember a picture of that?
Yeah.
Okay, that was right out here.
That was out in the front yard. Because we lived there for 20 years. I took care of that switchboard.
Across the road. Now,
And we moved in here in 57.
now after Mom, Richard was next,
Yeah.
right? And how old was Richard? Or
2
How old-
years,
He's
born
2
on her
years.
born on her birthday.
2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years later,
And then
24,
Clyde was,
27.
And August 17th, 27.
Yeah, your mother
And-
forgot that. Your grandmother forgot that for his birthday.
And Bill, November the 10th, 30.
30.
Mary Jane and Margaret, February the 21st, 33.
And that year-
Charles, May
that
the
was-
17th, 40.
40.
But that Richard was killed on her birthday.
Yeah. Richard was killed on Margaret Mary's birthday in 61, right, Mother?
Yeah.
Or 60, one of the others.
61, I
61.
think.
Yeah.
You got any good stories about Richard?
Oh, there's lots about Richard.
For instance?
He was a mischievous little rascal.
Thing I remember, or I'm not sure that I remember him, but I remember
The
most
stories.
is the stories about Richard always pulling something, And then, he always rode a motorcycle, or, you know,
At one time.
what I
he
can
had
remember.
one.
Well,
He-
Clyde had and
he rode a
Bill.
motorcycle.
Richard had and Clyde had and Bill had, all three. But Clyde rode his to St. Louis.
Clyde rode his motorcycle to St. Louis. Like when he was in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rich rode you, took you on the motorcycle. And he come in one day with
I
you
never-
asleep.
I never rode either one of them, with either one of them. Your dad did. And I think he rode with Clyde, and Clyde told him he wouldn't take him fast or something, and I think he did, and then he never would.
That sounds more like something Rich would do.
Yeah, that's true too. But I think Clyde's the one that done it, I believe now.